Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Welcome Grove Homestead. We are off for a big project. If you watched yesterday's video, you kind of saw the outline of what's going on. Well, today we are going to do some pond digging. Not just like starting a new pond, but we're going to dig out some areas of our existing pond at the top of the property that is, well, it's just filled with sediment over the years, filled with vegetation, and right now the water level is super low because there hasn't been any rain around for a bit, or no meaningful rain. Now, I'm not quite sure what to expect as far as sinking in, so we may get quite a show today. If I get stuck, I'm gonna hope that doesn't happen. But we're gonna go ahead and dig out some of that area that is just, you know, been shallower and shallower, and hope we can deepen one end of our pond and see what we can do. Let's go. You ready?
Yep.
Forward, ho! In yesterday's video, we showed you kind of the border outline. We're standing right out there in the middle of the pond saying, this is where we're standing, right? And it was kind of a visual of just how far back the water has receded. From this angle up on the hill, you can see this whole area is completely dry. And when I say completely dry, it's a little mushy, so I might get in there and realize I don't know how deep I can really go. But I'm gonna do my best to scrape it and try to clear up as much as I can. All that vegetation there, gonna have to kind of scrape it out. If I could just do that, I feel like we're gonna make some good progress on doing some good pond cleanup today. If we get stuck and have to, you know, call a neighbor with another tractor, that's a thing that sometimes happens too. Has not happened to me yet, but you might be with us the first time that happens.
It might happen.
It might happen. I'm gonna root for no. I mean, a heavy tractor, moistish, dry, mud, mushy. We'll see. Could be fun. Stick around.
So what David is doing in this pond is he is essentially clearing out a lot of old organic matter that has been just kind of accumulating on the shallow end of this pond. There is some history here in that, I don't know if you can see it from here. So that post right there that sticks up out of the water was the property line. That post divided the properties between our half and what is now my parents' half. And so this pond used to be a split pond. And the dam side is actually on my parents' side. And many years ago, when the sellers of our property, Randy and his family, they used to lease the land next door, and so they did a lot of work on got this pond all like set up, got the dam all fixed up, got the pond all fixed basically, and then the owners kind of like said, okay, we don't want to lease it to you anymore. And then they just neglected it and the pond just kind of declined. So our side has become kind of more boggy. Even during the wet season, it's shallow. It has a lot of reeds and stuff, which is great for spawning fish. But if the water is so shallow that the fish can't get there, it doesn't really do you much good. So what David is doing now is he's trying to clear out some of that old stuff, deepen it just a little bit on this side, which, I mean, with the tractor he's got, isn't going to be super deep, but it will be deeper. And as the years go by, we're going to be doing more and more changes and adaptations to this pond. But basically what we're trying to do is achieve some more biodiversity. So the goal today is just to get some of this cleaned up. David's going to leave some of the reeds that are in there, but he's going to clean out some of the ones that are on the most shallow end. That's really not going to do much good there. Just try and clean it out and deepen it a little bit, and hopefully we can start getting some biodiversity in this pond and start supporting some fish species that we would like to have flourishing here.
Well, this is coming along pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Bugs, plants?
You got lots of little weed seeds all over you.
Yeah, weed seeds on me. Kind of a big deal. No, the project is coming along awesome. I'm really happy with it. We're actually seeing brown dirt in the bottom of the pond, which is kind of exciting. Every time I cut away grass, I feel like, wow, it's so pretty. It's so nice. I've got most of the grass, just a tiny bit in front of the tractor here left to pull out. But now my next project is to kind of cut out the outside and scrape it away. And that's just going to be solid dirt. Now, whether it's usable for gardening immediately or maybe in the future, I don't know yet. We're kind of researching the biodiversity of it, or whether or not it's going to poison plants.
Right. Well, because it's been like underwater, waterlogged, what have you, it's caused anaerobic conditions, which is anaerobic means
Wait, that
without
means without air. Okay.
Yes.
Aerobic is where they're dancing like this. All right, 2 hands high in the.
Basically, yes, actually, because
I'm smart.
Because of that oxygen exchange, the bacteria can flourish. They do their thing. They break down stuff. But
They wear leotards.
in anaerobic conditions, you're actually going to see those microbes dying, and when the microbes die, it actually starts building up toxic acid.
Not good nitrogen.
Not good.
Okay, got it.
So,
Anaerobic, bad. Aerobic, good.
yeah.
Get to your gym. Let them know. So you're gonna abandon me.
I
You're
am
off
going
to
to
do
abandon you.
You're off to do a thing. Now, when we say do a thing, I'm sure all of you know what do a thing means. It means going and getting more animals.
No, it's picking, well, I mean, yes.
Yes.
But it's picking up our Idaho pasture pig gilts, our girls. So.
She doesn't feel in the least bit guilty either.
No. We talked about this, we already paid for them.
Yeah, these little gilts are going to join the farm, and they will be our breeding sows eventually. Somewhere between Clark's and the other 2 ages.
Yes, so they're a couple weeks younger, I believe, than Peter and Kevin, which means that they're a few weeks older than Clark.
Yeah, so right there in the middle, and they'll fit right in for a bit, but we're going to have to separate them out in their own pen before 4 months. Good luck with that. I'm going to keep digging, and hopefully, I mean, I'm not going to be going super deep today so much as clearing out that edge, cleaning it up, and just kind of doing general pond maintenance. So frequently you drive past ponds, you see ponds, and you think, man, that's pretty, but it's not pretty by accident. Pond health is something I'm learning more and more about. This one has a bunch of turtles in it, both good and bad aspects to that. A bunch of little fish in it that are not great for this pond and have not been great for it, have basically killed off all the other fish. So eventually we're gonna have to clear those, what are they called? The orange seeds? The green, no, they're green.
Green sunfish.
Sunfish, and they're all about this big-ish, give or take, and they have bred so prolifically that that's pretty much the only fish life that's in there at this point.
Yes.
So we're gonna catch them, use their nitrogen bodies for gardening, garden composting, and
Sorry.
you all right?
I can't get over this cough.
She can't get over her cough.
I'm trying.
It is lingering.
Yeah, it's really holding on.
Well, anyway, once we get the pond to the place we want it to be, the back left corner is where I showed you yesterday that dam has kind of given away over the years. We are going to seal that up, pack it down, make sure it's nice and steady, potentially shock the pond with some kind of current to get those fish up. We're not sure exactly what technique we'll use. We're going to attempt to catch them first, and that's the goal, and then we'll be able to throw in bass and other exciting and useful fun fish. Catfish. Yeah.
Catfish. That's the big highlight. Catfish.
Catfish. Well, it happened. I got my tractor stuck. I've been sitting here spinning my tires, trying to wedge in, out, move forward, come back. And unfortunately, I think I'm gonna need to pull it out or winch it out because I'm not making it very easy on myself here. Yeah, that's the way it goes. What fun. Well, I did not envision this project being a how to get your tractor unstuck from your pond how-to video, but we are going to have to do that. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna get some shovels going here. We're gonna scrape out as much of the mud as we can that's blocking the tires in, and then I'm gonna put some wood down, probably just limbs from fallen trees, something that the tires can grip onto without slipping off or without digging out more mud. So that's the next step. What fun. Kind of embarrassing, but hey, this is life and learning, huh? I've tried backing up and tires just spin because it gets stuck. Now, we're going to kind of walk you guys through how I'm going to do this. So, Audrey, well, I am going to walk all of us, including our YouTube audience, through what we're doing here. So the goal here would be to use these shovels to dig out a path right behind the tires. And then we're going to put these logs that I've collected behind it. And then so when the tractor backs up, it will roll on the logs instead of on the mud. Yeah, hopefully that helps dig it out. And then if that doesn't work, we might need to tow it out. Get in, silly boy. I'm loving that pond.
He's like, I am the king of the water.
Yes.
King of the pond.
Audrey is out here helping in her flip-flops.
Yeah,
You can imagine how that's going in the sticky mud.
My shoes are heavy. Just sunk into mud. Haha.
So I think a combination, thank you, combination of those sticks, the bucket, a little bit of praying.
The bucket was very, very helpful. Same as the sticks. So
I just like
I don't
pushed
think
off.
the sticks made
It was
it.
like swimming through mud. That was crazy. All right, everyone's got to see this. Yeah, sticks didn't quite make it, but you can see that was what the tractor was stuck in there.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah,
it's
well,
still fun walking.
it's technically still a pond, so I thought it was a little drier than it was. I was wrong.
Very.
Very slippery.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. Why are you going in there?
Because I can.
that's a good answer.
That is.
All right, well, here's our girls. They're a little freaked out. So we've got one girl that is ginger and black. Her name is Saffron. And this one here is Rosemary. So we're going to get them moved in with the boys. And they can get settled in because they've been a little freaked out. Oh, that's a little mess of pigs. So they're going to be sorting out their pecking order, getting settled in, but in a couple of days it'll all be settled down, they'll all be friends, they'll all be one herd, and it'll be pretty cohesive and pretty peaceful in here. But check out how much those guys love these wood chips. It is funny. They have just made these little tunnels and paths and tracks all along the wood chips. They love it.
Yeah.
So we'll check back in with them later, make sure they're settling in. But now I'm gonna go see the progress that David has made on his tractor project. Hey,
Hello, my love.
this is very different.
It is incredibly different. I'm so excited by it.
Good job.
Yeah, I'm coming to the realization this tractor is not excavator. It's doing a good job of just scraping and plowing bucket after bucket. And you can see I kind of have a border built up around. This was obviously clay, so it's gonna settle in, but that will make it a hard border eventually, so that's good.
A bank.
Yeah, kind of a good bank. I do have to figure out a way to get water to be able to come through here.
To fill it?
To fill it, because it's all obviously our hillside fills this pond, and I don't want to necessarily wash it out, but you can see how much deeper and cleaner this all looks, and that was the goal at the beginning, just kind of get this back to a thing we're happy to have instead of a marshy, nasty area.
Well, it'll certainly smell better not being all marshy and gross.
Oh, yeah, less vegetation rotting, and just it'll be a nicer overall pond. And you know, right now it might only be 1 or 2 feet deep when the pond is full, but before it was just wet grass. Well, you have all kinds of options when you start with a clean start. So that's my takeaway. Words of wisdom: when you start with a clean start, you can start clean. Make a shirt. Well, the project is done for the day, and I'm pretty thrilled with it. We have got this pond very well cleared and deepened quite a bit and down towards the middle and tapered to the sides, and no more grass. You can see how much of that vegetation is just cut back now, which is fantastic, and I'm thrilled about it. And of course I built up the edges with some of the stuff from the middle all the way around, and got a giant 12-foot pile of dirt over there. You can kind of see where it's built up. We'll be doing some research on if that's going to be good enough to use in the garden, or if you have any experience using pond materials for gardening, let me know. Well, I know today's been kind of a mix of ponds and pigs. In fact, that might be a new title. Ponds, pigs, and what happens in between. How to get your tractor stuck and your pig in a pen.
Yes.
Anywho, thanks for hanging out today. We will keep you posted on the pond health and growth. It's going to be a trip of learning and filling. As soon as we get some rain in here, I'm sure we're going to see a whole different perspective. And of course, we'll share that with you as it fills up. We're going to fix that dam in the back so that the whole pond can get nice and deep. But that's a project for another day.
Instead of 2.5 feet deep.
Yeah, well, there are some areas that are just a couple feet, but now all this will fill up as soon as we get another foot of water, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Then it'll get a lot deeper.
Yeah, I mean, we probably put, another 1 million gallons of water capacity in it today, so a lot of buckets of dirt were moved. It's a lot. Pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a great day. Thanks for hanging out. This is your... I'm not the country nerd. I'm just the country nerd's second half. And muscle. This is the home of the country nerd with the goat herd saying, you can grow where you're planted.